In this module, the next topic we are going to see is about a super mesh analysis. So when we say it mesh analysis, and when we go for super mesh analysis is if between two nodes or if between two branches, not two nodes, if it is between two loops a current source exists, then we say that we have to go for a super mesh method there. So here in this case, it will not be, if I am going to use my mesh analysis, it will be very difficult to analyze the circuit there. So as a result, we go for your super mesh method. So super mesh is when between two loops, if a current source is going to be present, then we call that to be your super mesh. So here we are going to illustrate this method with a simple generalized circuit there. So here we are going to have three loops there, three loops, where between loop 1 and 2 we are going to have a current source to be present. If a current source is going to be present, then what we are going to do is we are going to apply your super mesh concept. So super mesh concept is we are going to remove this and we are going to consider this part of the branch there. So here we are going to consider here. So first step what we are going to do is we are going to identify. Here we have seen that it is between the two meshes. So now we will go for apply your KVL to the super mesh and to the other meshes there. So here KVL to your super mesh and other meshes is we are going to take this circuit. See here in this case, this is your current I. Okay, so first step is we are going to take the first this one. So when I am going to apply my super mesh method, what I will be doing is this is your resistance R1. So between your loop this one, so we will be removing it and we will be having your resistance R3, and this I am going to have my resistance R4 to be present, and I am going to have my voltage source to be your plus minus V. So in this I am going to have my circuit. So the current through this is going to be your I1, through this it is going to be your I2, your current through this loop is going to be your I3. Okay, so now I'll remove that branch, that is a super mesh, and I'll redraw the circuit. Now I have two loops there, so I'll be writing two loop equations. So current is entering like this, so this is going to be plus, this is going to be minus. Current is entering like this is going to be plus, this is going to be minus. So my equation is going to be, so from here I'll name this to be your A, this is your B, C, D, E, F. So your loop A, B, E, F, A. Considering this loop, your equation current from plus to minus, it is going to be minus. The resistance is going to be your R1. Current flowing through that is going to be your I1. Now from here if I am going to see plus to minus, it is minus. Current is going to be, your resistance is going to be R3. The current in this loop is going to be your I2. The difference current is going to be here I3. So I3. And here from this minus to plus is going to be your plus, V is equal to 0. So this is your first loop equation there. Next, coming to your second loop is going to be your B, C, D, E, B. This is your second loop. So the current flowing through that is going to be R3. So when its current is flowing like this is going to be plus, this is going to be minus. When current is flowing like this is plus, this is minus. So here it is going to be minus R4 into I3. Here in this case minus R3 into, your current is going to be I3 minus, because opposite direction, so minus I2 is equal to 0. So these two loop equations we have written it. And next is coming to this point. So this point, if I am going to take it as, now your current entering here. So this I will take it as your F is there. So I will take this to be a G node. So I am going to take it as G node. The current flowing through this branch is going to be I1. The current through this is going to be your I, the current source. Here it is going to be your I2. Now apply KCL at node G. So if I apply KCL at node G, sum of incoming currents is equal to outgoing currents. Incoming current to this node is nothing but I1. So incoming current is equal to, outgoing currents are nothing but I plus I2. So now I is equal to I1 minus I2. So this is your current I. So now with this three equations we can see that how we are going to find out. So this is your first equation, this is your second equation, and this is your I value. Now by solving all these equations I can get your I1, I2, I3 current there. So here now we'll see an example. So determine the current in the 5 ohm resistor shown in the figure. So first what we are going to assume that this is your current source 2 amps. That means it is going to be between I2 and I3. So what we are going to do is we are going to remove that branch and redraw the circuit. So when I redraw the circuit, it is going to be, this is your B point, this is your C point, this is your 2 ohm resistance, this is your 10 ohm resistance. So between 2 and 3 it is there. So this is your C point, this is your 5 ohms. Here it is going to be your 1 ohm. So this current is going to be your 50 volts. Current through this is going to be I1. That means here the current is going to be your I1 current. So plus minus. Here the current is going to be your I1 current plus minus. In this loop the current is going to be here, it is your I2 current plus minus, and here it is going to be your I3 current going like this. So it is plus minus. So now to consider the first loop. So first loop is nothing but your A, B, this is your C, this is your D. So first loop is going to be your A, B, D, A. So if I consider it from here to here, if I am going to see, it is minus 10 into current, first current in this loop is nothing but I1 minus I2. Again coming here, it is going to be minus 5 into your I1 minus I3. Minus to plus is going to be plus 50 volts is equivalent to 0. So if I simplify it, my equation is going to be 10 into I2 minus I1 plus 2 into I2. So 2 into I2, that is your second equation there. So here in this case, your plus I3. 5 into I3 minus. So they have taken this loop equation. So I have taken the first loop equation. So first loop equation is this equation there. So 10 into I1 minus I2 plus 5 into I1 minus I3 is equivalent to 50 there. And next is here the second loop equation we have got. The third loop equation is nothing but, so in this equation if I am going to take the total outer loop is here in this case this loop. So that is nothing but your 10 ohms, your 2 ohms, 1 ohm, here it is 5 ohms. So the current entering like this is going to be your I1. Here it is nothing but your I1. Here it is your I2. Here it is going to be your I3. So current entering is this plus minus. The current entering is plus minus. So here like this only current is entering. So this is plus minus, plus minus. So now if I write my loop equations, it is going to be your, so loop equations are going to be 2 into minus 2 into I2 minus I1, sorry, minus 2 into I2 so right here minus 2 into I2. So here it is going to be minus I3. Here it is going to be, current is entering like this. So minus 5 into I3 minus I1. So again current is entering like this. So when it is entering like this, it is going to be minus 10 into I3 minus I1. So this equation, if we can see, it is nothing but so in this it is your I2 minus I1 here. This is your I2 minus I1. Current entering through this, here it is I2, here it is your I3. So it is minus 5 into I3 minus I1 plus 2 into I2 plus I3 is equal to 0. If I simplify this, I will get the first equation. Second equation, already I have shown you how to derive it. And next is third equation. So third equation is nothing but, in this we have to apply your KCL. So I am going to apply KCL. So the current going through this is nothing but your I2 current, and current entering here is going to be your I3 current. So sum of the incoming currents is nothing but I3 plus 2, outgoing current is I2. So here in this case, your KCL, if you write I3 plus 2, the incoming current is KCL at node C. Incoming current is nothing but I3 plus 2 is equal to outgoing current is I2. So in this case, 2 is equal to I2 minus